Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi there.
Welcome to
Good day.
Liminal
Good day.
Writing
You landed on our page, on our podcast.
and our podcast. We're laughing because this one's a scary piece, I think. Okay, but today
it,
we decided to use as a trigger phrase.
it's a quote from Virginia Woolf, and the line is the beauty of the world has two edges, one of laughter, one of anguish, cutting the heart asunder.
Oh my God. Okay, let's do this. Let's be brave. We just
That's
wrote
be
this
right.
a few minutes ago, so that's gonna be the first time we're reading this to each other and to you.
Yeah,
I
right.
go first.
Yes,
I'll be brave.
please. You are. Good.
Okay. The beauty of the world has two edges, one of laughter, one of anguish, cutting the heart asunder. And sometimes those two edges, laughter and anguish, clutches at my heart in one single moment, leaving me confused, tossing me up high in the air where my safe space is, escaping the confusion, escaping the pain, escaping the joy that is too difficult, too scary to claim. Is it this fear that makes us blind to beauty? Or do we know that beauty awaits? No, we want beauty to be there waiting for us. And it scares us to death that it won't be there. I want too much, really, to let laughter rule my days, even
Mm,
through fear, even through pain. I read
mm,
today about laughter being a form of rebellion, as it is when tragedy strikes and we
mm,
discover the joke, or when we are deluged by floods that ravage our land and we decide to carry on, stomping our heels and splashing in mud as the brass band's trumpeter plays out of tune.
mm.
That's it. I'll explain the imagery later, but yeah,
All right.
where it led me.
Okay. Here's mine. The beauty of the world has two edges, one of laughter, one of anguish, cutting the heart asunder. Ces picked up her book on the letters between Virginia and Vita, passionate writers and lovers who defied society's expectations of women during that time. They soared and plumbed through what it means to love, ravish, nurture, challenge each other. So the edge of laughter balances the edge of anguish. Lovers enthralled with each other would have walked these edges. To laugh and take delight and be delighted by a beloved. To be pained and writhe with uncertainty and anguish by the same beloved. The world spins and volleys. Virginia says it cuts the heart asunder. I say it throws me like a yo yo, spinning and volleying between what is known and hell.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
This is
Okay,
the one which is like, man, it
I
took me a
know.
while
Me too.
to land.
But I wanted
Talk,
to go back again to that last part where it brought me because just a few days ago, right, the Philippines was battered by a
huge,
slow-moving storm that ended up
huge
soaking
waters.
the mountains really, and them kind of them it vomits out all this, and it caused flooding,
Yeah,
quite
major,
horrible. Yeah.
major.
But then it was my brother who posted a number of those videos. And then one of the videos in the aftermath of it was this
Yeah.
marching band. Yeah,
Okay.
marching band in a street in the province where I don't know where it was, but
Yeah.
the water has kind of subsided a bit, I guess, but it was still flooding. It was still
Okay.
kind of, I mean, ankle deep or something.
Wow.
And they continued.
Yeah.
doing the whole flag dance, and then
Yeah.
the whole, what do you call them? The ladies with the
Baton.
batons, and then a brass
Uh,
band in the
so uh,
flood.
and there was an occasion for them, or just they were just
A patron saint's day, and it was a town fiesta or whatever, but they
yeah.
didn't stop them. Also, there was something, I don't recall what it was that triggered this, but
Mm,
about laughter as rebellion, where,
mm,
and I guess it makes sense, and like I'm thinking of Philippines and how we go through a lot of kinds of disasters, from volcanoes to earthquakes to floods and
floods.
typhoons, right?
Yeah.
But the sense of humor of people, uh,
Mm,
even amongst all this, or even
yeah.
when there's uh death and there's the wakes, right? And then
Yeah.
the kind of the jokes, just the whole atmosphere that happens around it during the vigils. I was just thinking, in many ways it's true. You kind of fight back against so much struggle and poverty and
Yeah.
hardship or pain
Mm,
by laughing it.
yeah. For some of our listeners who might not be familiar with that part of Filipinos, of how we cope in tragic times, is really be lighthearted humor,
Joke.
music, and it's part of a rebellion, and it's a defiance
I
against
think so.
whatever is happening, whatever negative effects are happening.
You laugh back at
It's
it. Yeah,
defiance, it's resilience
it,
as a people.
I think so.
We're going to live through it, and we're going to come through. I mean, other people might not understand and say,
Yeah. I
why are
know,
you
yeah.
laughing in,
And it's not
in all
because you
this?
are in denial, that
Mm,
it's very real still.
yeah.
But and I don't want to use the word coping, because it's not really about coping.
Mm,
It's not just coping, it's conquering it, I think. In a way, I'd
yeah.
like to see it that way anyway.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
think
that
so.
brought me,
But
but and you, back to you. So you're one.
yeah,
Do you relate
I do,
to
in the
their love
sense
story?
of, I do it. Well, I don't know the whole story, but I know of who they are as literary figures. I've read about them in university, and definitely they were what people would then be considered outliers, right?
I know,
But
for that time. Yeah.
they're also coming from a place of privilege. So they
Yeah, that's true.
people knew of
That's
their
true.
love affair, uh, because they also come from money. So
Yeah.
they were privileged that
Yeah.
way.
So
White women.
they were celebrated artists, so they can get away with that maybe at that time.
Yeah. But in definitely, I think Virginia more than Vita is known really for her works, right?
Yes.
For Orlando, and for the way that she is a memoirist, right? So she wrote through their letters with each other, and
Yeah.
through her letters with other writers and artists during that
Yeah.
time, capturing what
Mm.
it meant to live as a woman during that time, and to
Yeah.
love unconventionally, because she was also married
Yeah.
to a man at that
Man.
time, and same with Vita. So their love affair is well known in the literary.
Yeah.
And so when you ask about relating to, I think the part of me that relates to it is as a queer person, is in being defiance to what people expect you
Mm.
to be. And in my truth as a trans man, I am building my world, and I am showing you that this is me, and that I have every right, as much as the next person, to breathe as much air as I need.
I love
So,
it.
so,
Yes, you.
so
Yeah.
yes to keeping that balance, and yes to acknowledging the beauty in the world, and yes to all the ways in which we respond to
Mm.
things that come
Mm.
at us.
Mm.
And so with
Yeah.
love, with resilience, with all the care, with laughter. differently. I think
Yeah,
that's one thing we share between us, like the love for laughter, right?
I know. We
It's
just laugh.
magical.
And
It
sometimes
is
I'm like,
medicinal.
yeah, it is. And sometimes it's like, what, you're not sure why, if it's even quote unquote proper to laugh about it. But that's the intent is not to, yeah, the intent is not to insult or
Mm.
ever undermine an
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Laughter comes with our experiencing of
Yeah.
everything, really.
Yeah.
I would want laughter to rule my days.
I
You
agree
know
with
what I
you.
mean? If
I
you
agree.
you lose that sense of humor.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
100%.
Yeah. It's actually those days when I couldn't laugh at myself anymore,
Yeah.
that and then I feel like I'm sinking. I'm sinking, and it's,
Ah.
you know,
Yeah, in a way, when you know how to laugh and be comfortable with laughter is when you assert your power as a human being.
and don't take yourself too seriously.
No, no.
Anyway, so with that we end this one with laughter.
Yes.
Um, one more exercise in what is now our third season. So
So,
have a go. We encourage you to also try it. Pick a line, a phrase, a word,
yeah,
and give yourself 10 minutes of free writing and then see what comes out.
be
All right.
brave.
Yeah. All right.
All
See you
right.
next
See you
one.
next time.
Okay.